like two, I don't need, get 2 bags of anything they have. Get 2, like smoky barbecue sauce. That's it, because I got those potatoes that I made with the soup. I can use those for mashed potatoes. With onions and mushrooms in it. I feel a little funny about mushrooms right now. As much as we eat mushrooms, I saw this little short that was on YouTube. What's that man named, oh, he's eating everything. Joe Rogan. One of these people from Scare Tactic. Anyway, this man was telling him about, he portobello mushrooms to cook it, like really good, to burn out some kind of thing that's in it. And the man, then Rogan asked me, he said, if you don't run it out, what happens to you? He said, my life could be in jeopardy if I tell you. Tell the show. It's in portobello or something. So that kind of freaked me out. Hold up in a minute, y'all. I'm gonna be more frequent in a minute. I'm just in focus right now because I done been in Arizona too long. I got to get out of here, so we pushing to be out of here this week. I'm literally on the last thing I have to do, and then yeah, I'm almost done. So I've been really just focusing so I can, I can get out. But anyway. It's not going to be a long live, but just some things that is coming since I've talked to you guys last. And hold on to everybody. Hold on. I was speaking to the Guardians recently about, because I just see so much is going on. And as y'all know, I'm kind of a prepper. And I try to promote for y'all to be at least have 3 months worth of food stored up in your house in case anything happens. Because anything can happen. You can lose your job. You know, the system can shut down for a minute. Electricity in your neighborhood, rolling blackout. Anything could happen that you want to be prepared for. If you lost your job, and you don't know when the next paycheck coming in, and you're trying to make ends meet, if you got 3 months worth of food stored up, that's going to be a lifesaver for you. That's going to be one less thing you didn't have to deal with. You know, while you're looking for something else, you can feed yourself, your family, your children, you feel me? Hold up, everybody. I miss y'all, like really. So, you should always have a storehouse. That's a given. That's like saying, have a savings account. And some people say they don't need to have a storehouse because they have a savings account. You always want to have a storehouse of your supply. I mean, toilet paper, bleach. Something could happen with your savings account. Something could happen with the banks. Everything gone crazy. Y'all see everything? Y'all see everything going crazy? Do y'all know that little midget released those mosquitoes now on the planet down in Florida? Y'all know he released those mosquitoes that got the ouch in it? So, what was freaky though, because in Baltimore they had Afram 2023, and a swarm of some kind of bugs came on these black people, and I didn't see them, but we would say mosquitoes because they were stinging them. At Afram, shut Afram down. Afram is an African American, some kind of African American heritage festival every year. They party in the street and celebrate Africanism and all of that. Well, something was released on Afram. Y'all look it up. It's all over TikTok and everything. Thank you. I didn't have it. Thank you. It was all over TikTok. You okay, Dewey? You want the window down or what? You that? All right. Where's the baby? Oh, she knocked out. Good. That's what I want. Try to get a good run. So, it's so much being unleashed right now. It's a it's a big talk about this whole UFO thing. I'm not gonna get too deep in that. It's just a lot going on. They're trying to act like it's gonna be a fake UFO invasion. But I promise you, they're covering up for the real one. They want you to fear those because our help is here. Not coming, they already here. I told y'all. It had to be about 4 months ago now, when I first started with the DNA repair, that these a legion of beings was here, but they're on our side. Just before they was talking about UFOs, I told y'all that they were here. Woo, hi baby. And they told me to create the DNA upgrade. Since then, oh, by the way, I'm gonna throw y'all a bone, right? I'm not gonna really get into it now. Just listen to me. Do it when the DNA upgrade is finished, real soon, days. I'm going to also. It's going to be like with the DNA repair, y'all. It's a whole ritual. It's fasting with this. It's DNA work you got to do with this DNA repair water program that's coming up. It's one of the most serious things I ever did. It's a whole program. It's a protocol to go with it, right? But one of the things you're going to need, so I'll just a quick plug. I'll explain it later. Go to Amazon. Look at the reviews. Make sure it's a real one. But get magnetite. Magnetite. M-A-G-N-E. Type. Crystal. Get it raw. You should always get your crystals raw anyway. Put that comment right there. Say the last one.
One sits in the sky every night in New York on the east side and leaves after 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm. They're going to try to act like they're not real, but they're real. They're really here. Who you think has been guiding me through the water program? They've been here though. But sometimes we don't connect right. So some of you been talking to them for a long time, but you calling them ancestors. If you don't understand that your ancestors done gone about their business and into their next life, and like I say, it's probably the new baby in your family. It's probably grandma. She probably back. If she didn't get it right the last time, she either back or she gone. If she raised our vibration high enough, she out of here. But I mean, we can hold on to the memory, the knowledge, and the energy of them. They're not here. You talking to extraterrestrials or you talking to nature spirits? Sometimes, well, I've seen my grandmother. You see what you need to see. It's energy, holograms, universe is fractal. Remember, it's just holograms, y'all. But anyway, do what you want to do with that. But you've been talking to them. Some of you have been talking to them, running from them, and they've been here, like just like the nature spirits. But they've been here for you, but you're running from them. So anyway, I consult with them, and I've been being guided because I accepted them for a long time. I accepted the watchers. You may call it the watchers or the guardians, those who's guarding over mankind. There are beings here that was left when the Anunnaki left. People, I met Inky. You don't believe me, but I met Inky. He lived in the ocean, deep in the ocean. That's a story for another time. He didn't say his name was Inky, but I know that's who that was. He lives in the ocean in a bubble. Like there's a big bubble in the bottom, I don't know if it's the bottom, but it's down there. The big bubble. It got all this stuff in it, like a bubble, but you can breathe in there. I had to have gills to get to it. Once I got in it, I could breathe through my nose. It was just a air, but he got a lot of stuff. Stuff like artifacts. Some look ancient. These relics are all around me. But anyway, so they're gonna fake it like it's fake. But and they're gonna, let me tell y'all something. What's about to happen? When they disclose this UFO BS, and they actually show UFOs. What was that planet? You saw that? Don't you look at that? What the hell are you looking at like that?
Dewey.
You're picking in corners.
Okay.
I thought you was looking at that plant. Crazy.
Oh, no.
All right. All right. So I just looking at I just said, the hell is wrong with her? Okay, y'all, so they probably do some real destruction. Like destroy our cities, all kinds of stuff. But it's gonna be your government doing it. Because the other beings are not here to hurt us. They've been here. They live in Shambhala. They live in the earth. Agartha. In the earth, whole cities, beings that's been coming to the surface for a long time. But you gotta remember, the beings that's in your government are not earthly. They're not from here. They don't have the earthly technology of the black mother, of the dark mother. The dark mother that's in your DNA. These beings don't house that. They don't house that. And I know y'all want to think Caucasians. Ooh, look. You see it, Dewey? How do you miss it, dude? Don't y'all say Caucasians don't have it. Y'all gotta stop listening to them people. Yes, they do. That's why redheads they cool. They see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do we see it? Yeah. I woke the baby up. Hold on, y'all. It's okay, Dewey. I'm not gonna shut it. Come on. Go ahead, look. Up there. So I told y'all the other day, the Guardian straight told me to tell the Caucasians to and y'all too, but they tell them the Caucasians that they can't ascend. That is a lie. I straight had a debate on TikTok the other day with a sister from Africa. I appreciate what she's doing. I appreciate her loving on us. I appreciate her acknowledging who the black mother is. That's who the mother of civilization is. I appreciate all of that. But if you don't know what you're talking about, you should, certain things we can't say. Like I used to just be in a trend, and if everybody was saying, like, you know, the black mother God, I would say it. Even without the proof. We were just in it. Whatever knowledge somebody else gave opposed to knowing myself. But once I learned that the book was in me, once I learned that my DNA exposed with information, once I learned that my DNA holds 13.5 trillion years worth of information to that, and I opened that up in me, and now I know. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the same way you can know. It's not a secret, no superpower, none of that. It appears to be because we don't use our abilities. But it's nothing super. Tap into that book in yourself. How do you do that? By first acknowledging that it's there. One of the number one way we're going to upgrade our DNA and activate our DNA is by acknowledging that we can. That creates an awakening within you. It's your consciousness that's controlling the whole thing. So once your consciousness comes into the awareness, then everything else falls in place with that consciousness. All your minds fall in place, your brain, your body, everything is going to fall in place. But their number one job is to create receptor blockers so your consciousness cannot reach the DNA. They don't understand this whole thing. Everything that's going on is about two things. It's about a gender war. It's about them against the black mother. Y'all really don't understand. Even the black mother don't truly understand who she is. She don't understand that she is the walking, talking planet. Everybody else come from her, opposed to the beings from other star constellations. That's not her. But the black mother is an earthling. Even though she could have come from somewhere else, she is the first earthling. She was made of the earth. This black mother. When Source wanted to manifest itself here, it manifested as a black woman, not a black man. Adam may have been the first man in that garden. The story of Adam and Eve and what was truly the true story, like if you read the stone tablets, Gilgamesh epics, the Enuma Elish, the Atrahasis, those tablets, you'll learn that they was made in twins, all this stuff. That could very well be true. I would go with the oldest that's out here, and those tablets are. If you read the tablets that Billy Carson is talking about right now. I had them tablets in my house for the last 20 years because of Dr. York. Zachariah Stitchin had them out longer than that. You know, so like Billy Carson have done the compendium of the Emerald Tablets, but the Emerald Tablets has been out since the 1900s. I had them at my house before Billy Carson started. I don't know how long he had them, you know, but that's the studies we've been into. So I don't know, y'all, like it's all these different stories, but I guarantee you, like, it's a story that they're not telling y'all about. That's a story of when me and my sisters, the Primordials, walked this planet. They're not telling you about those stories, but you can look up the bones of LaSalle 35,000 years ago when women, mother, math, started counting. She was the first mother, math. She was the first to calculate because the bones of LaSalle shows how we calculated our menstrual cycles with the correlation of the moon. That we realized that as the moon came, so did our menstrual cycle. See, and in those times, we was on one accord. When we move in tribe, we come on together. Women know what I'm talking about. When a household is in sync, the women all bleed together. You will bleed, and then you definitely will come onto the cycle of the matriarch. Whoever is the strongest woman in your thing, in your tribe, in your household, in your family. When she bleeds, everybody bleeds. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Women join sororities, women join all kind of little women cults or whatever, little covens, and the women, that's why, how do y'all think the women would start, how we had red tents? When we didn't come on together, it'd be a woman in a tent by herself. No, we were all bleeding at the same time. We would sit in our menstrual chairs, the Native Americans still do, and we gave our life orders back to the earth. Because women go in sync like that. The black woman is the most natural creature on the planet. This is her planet. And she don't know it. She's wide asleep. She's into everything but what she should be into because she don't understand who she is. This is why I was speaking with the Guardians recently, and I'm like, so I was actually talking to them about the storehouse. You know what I mean? I'm a semi-prepper. I got at least 3 months worth of food for me and the people in my family. Everybody got their own 3 months worth of food. And I keep that and I rotate it. So if anything go down, I know I'm good for at least 3 months to get myself together. You feel me? So I'm asking about that because I'm like, everything feels wrong. Like, I can feel it in my gut. Things are seriously about to go down. So I'm like, you know, what do I need to be doing? 2 things they told me to do. And it was a quick answer too. I woke up the next AM with the answer. A whole conversation during the whole night they were schooling me. And the answer was this. I forget what the question was just now. Just looking at that, it just threw me off. What I was just talking about, what I just say? The storehouse. About the storehouse. They said to get things to barter with. Things to barter. And they was telling me the importance of trade coming up. Like alcohol, liquor, 120 proof vodka have so many uses for it. You know what I mean? You can use it as spirits and get drunk and get tipsy or whatever. You can use it as a disinfectant. You can use it as antibiotic. They must get things that people are going to need, like cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes and I wouldn't want to give it to nobody. But I mean, if times are hard, people ain't got no cigarettes anyway, so they ain't smoking like they used to. So if I traded them for a pack of cigarettes, not to say that I was going to do that, but if I traded them a pack of cigarettes, that's probably the only pack of cigarettes for the next year anyway. But anyway, things that you can trade with that people will be desperate for. Like stock up on rice. Y'all listen to me. Like stock up on things like rice, stuff you can barter with. Rice to feed a person real quick. You feel me? If you traded a person a pound of rice, that's like, you know, a little bag, a pound of rice for whatever. If you got land, start growing like a particular thing really good, like potatoes. Potatoes is good anyway because that's something that can be in the ground and things is like hard. People won't see your food. That's a good food to grow, and it keep coming back. I know it because I grow potatoes, and then it's cool the way they grow. Just look into it. I'm gonna be the growth of a potato right now, but it's cool the way it grows. But when the leaves die, the potatoes are ready. So you know it by nature. It's not much you got to do but take care of them. Don't oversaturate them, and just love on them, feed them or whatever. Potatoes will just grow for you. But I have left potatoes in the ground to come back. The root, that thing's still under there growing. I don't know how it's doing it without the leaf. I'll take my potatoes go rotten in the house. I don't throw that. I don't be putting no food in the trash anyway. We compost and make our own dirt. But I'll take potatoes and throw them in a pit, cover them with dirt. They come back up. They got the eyes on them and they rotten. They come back on its own. When it's season for it, it grow itself. I'm just okay. I know I got way too much into the potato. My point to that was what you could grow. I mean, what you could barter with. Think about it. Think about what a lot of people don't have. You might be the tool person to stock up on tools that people want to need. Duct tape, all kinds of tape. Duct tape fix any goddamn thing. You feel what I'm saying? Glue, scissors, things that people want to need. Needles and thread, whatever. Soles to shoes, like buy up old shoes for $1. Just start stocking up on shoes. And then you use shoes and children's shoes. When they go on sale or flip-flops going off sale for the summer, they put them for $1. Buy $30 worth of them and just put them in a bin and do that. Y'all feel what I'm saying, where I'm going with this? But that's what they were showing me. They said to get things to barter with. The stuff that I have now, that's not to barter with. That's my emergency stuff that I would need. And I tried to have myself covered on every level, from crank radios to flashlights to gas masks. We got stored up. I got a gas mask for everybody in my house. You feel me? I got masks. I got whatever. I just things. But I didn't have to overdo it. Just enough for everybody in case we need a gas mask, in case the volcano blow and we can't breathe. We want to reach and get gas masks. We got walkie-talkies just in case. Ain't no cell phones. We got to be a distance from each other. I got a walkie-talkie that'll reach 15 miles. And we test the shit too, by the way. So you can get the stuff on Amazon. I got toilet paper that look like quarters. Like a stack of quarters, like meaning the size. It's about like that thick. But you drop it in water and it open up to a whole towelette. You know what I mean? You get a bag of those things for 500 of them for not even a whole lot of money right now. So with toilet paper, could be kind of bulky and obvious. Those little things not. So it's a pack of 500 for each person in my house. They have their own pack of 500. Make it last. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, but that's just for my household. Now, for what the Guardian said, I'll stock up, let's just say, on those toilet paper things. Just so for other people who didn't stock up on toilet paper, and it's something I can barter with. Buy really cheap dog food. My dogs don't eat really cheap dog food. My dogs, I cook for them. And then the canned food they eat is good canned food. But get really cheap dog food because some people didn't think you stock up for their animals. Y'all feel me? This would be so bad. Well, she mad as she can be. So just go get the mango. If they don't have mango, then do the raspberry. But you hear me? And everything else I said we'll just do later because we headed out tomorrow. We got to work tomorrow. I'll get the Tucson Ron ginger beer, but I need something to drink right now. Oh, just give me I get the 3 mangoes and 3 kombuchas. I want and they have that red kombucha. The last resort for me is if they have the peach one. I'm fond of both of those. That's my first 2 choices. If they don't have it, now what up? Give me what they got, but that red one, it's called Trilogy. That's my favorite. Oh no, actually the guana is. It's like pinkish. The guana, if they Jump. Fly. Flat. Let's skate. Ski. Oh, okay, y'all, listen. So, y'all get what I'm saying? I don't get what I'm saying. I forgot where I was at. But anyway, so that's what they told me, to get something to barter with. And then they were showing me the importance. This can apply to everybody, but they were specifically talking about the dark mother right now. For the black women to get land. The importance, they said, because in order for us to come back into our remembrance, come back into who we are, we have to go far, far away. I'm sorry, y'all, hold on for a minute. The energy around me is so bad right now. So they were saying that in order for us to be able to come back into the remembrance, the grape kombucha, I never had grape. Oh my goodness, I never had the grape one. Sound like it might be good. But they said we have to, in order for us to fully come back into who we are, we're going to need a space to do it. And that the mothers are going to have to lead the community out. The mothers are going to have to lead this exodus. But she has to wake up. The black woman has to lead this exodus. The black woman has to lead this exodus. This is her planet. No matter how much energy. Listen, let me show you something. Why y'all think like all of these great and beautiful people have done these great and beautiful things, but it's like nothing's changing? Y'all notice that? Like 11/11, remember the mass meditation? We all did 11/11 around the world. Not put on by Zen Wu, but you know those people out there that did that all around. They call people, millions of people, and they showed these gatherings that they did. Hundreds and thousands of people gathered. That big thing the monks did. Let me move my car. Something don't feel right. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Something just don't feel right. Is that my niece? If I hadn't moved just now, I wouldn't have seen her. How about that? Hold on, y'all. Okay, Buddha. Okay, little Buddha. Okay, little baby. Okay, little baby. I'm leaving the weekend. A month. I'll be gone at least a month. Disa Doc, no. Disa Doc, go in the... Okay, love you. But watch your surroundings. Go in the back. Yeah, y'all, that one probably wasn't for me. Disa Doc, listen, baby. No, Disa Doc. Disa Doc, go in the back. Good girl. That one probably wasn't for me, y'all. Y'all saw how that went. I'm smudging. I'm like, something not right. Something don't feel right. I don't even know where the hell she was coming from. Store that way. But anyway, because I'm just literally moved out of my parking spot to find another one because something don't feel right, and I backed into my niece. So that might not have been for me. Might be for her. So, wait, oh, careful walking the streets by herself. Hold on. Looking for the car. Sorry, y'all. So they were saying that we need to have spaces where we can practice, where we can remember, where we, you have to get away from distraction. That we have to get away from all distraction, and we need places to do it. Y'all know it's time anyway. The Guardians have been telling us, and I've been telling y'all, come on, for months, to get out of the cities. It's time to get out of this. Hold on, Disa Doc. No, go in. No, go in the back. Go, no, Disa Doc. Come on. Go back and lay down. Go. No, I don't want no kisses. The Guardians been saying it's time to leave, y'all. It's time to go. But if the mothers, that's what I was saying before, I think I was saying, like, y'all know how, like, all of these great, beautiful events and people coming together worldwide, but no, I'm sure we're putting a dent in something. But if it was as great as we wanted to be, we wouldn't say it's in something. We would be able to call it. Why can't, like, the evil ones, why can they call? Which one did you get me?
It's their one.
Shut up. Or open anyway. So, what time is it? My window about to close. No, I have to eat. I gotta eat. Nothing's happening. Like, why is it that the evil one can say whatever it is they about to bring, whatever demise they bring it, they can call that and that thing happen. First off, y'all don't even realize that they use us to create it for them. They use the media to put out what they want, and then they make us spell it, cast that spell for them. But then we don't have the same belief in ourselves to cast the spell. You feel me? And then they give us so many receptor blockers so that we can't communicate with our DNA. I don't know how to say that to make y'all understand how truly important that is, that you have to reach your DNA, the conscious you, the one that's controlling. The same reason we don't have our powers, the same reason we come together in mass meditations and stuff, but yet we get minimal results. That's because we are not communicating with our DNA, and I'm making sure that happened. This look like something out of a biblical movie right here. Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see that sky. It don't look like it's showing up in here, what I'm looking at. Number one, y'all, because everybody not on board. The mother of civilization is sleep. You know, like the movie Moana, like until that mountain wake up. Because the power lies in the black woman. We all have power. We all have a connection. No, everybody don't have dark mother in them, but Caucasians do. But we have to reach that. Hence, a part of the DNA repair and upgrade. By the way, I'm getting a lot of emails for Total Healing 3.0. It's not because it says it's sold out on the site. I know. I haven't put it back on there yet. Just maybe I'll do it tonight. I got so many emails for it. Just email me and I'll get it to you. You got to cash at me, screenshot it, and email me the screenshot, and I'll send it right to you. I don't have it on the site yet. I'm just going to put it on the site now because I wanted to do a launch with it, but so many people asking for it. If you just email me for it, you'll get it, or I'll just have to open it up on the site. But anyway, but the 3.0 is available, but just not on ZenWounds.com as of right this minute. Which just gave me a notion, why don't you just go ahead and open it up? Because I want to do that on the way out. So, she's asleep. She carries, listen y'all, she holds the God body. Meaning the supreme being, not as in source, but as in source too. Because, like, certain Caucasians, see it like this. In the DNA, imagine, look in your mind, a Caucasian person, you can see their entire body. And you can see the nucleus of their cell. You can see that DNA and that chromosome, right? And imagine 3 dark spots in each of their cells, though. Of course, not blood cells, because blood cells don't have DNA. That's the only cells that don't have DNA. It's made in the bone marrow. But every other cell has DNA, right? So all over the body, everything, every other cell, all over the body, which is trillions of them, have DNA. Each one of them got three specks. That's what it looked like for Caucasian with the dark mother in them. But it is in them, and if they connect to it and wake it up, they have to accept it and wake the dark mother up in them. They can ascend too. There's certain abilities that they have too. They can connect to rhythm too. But then imagine, mind you, this dark substance is not in any DNA. It's in a mitochondrial DNA. That DNA that's passed down only from the mother to her children, but only her daughters can pass it on. It's the DNA of the mothers. Why? Is this the DNA of the mother? Because the mother was here first. And her mitochondria, your mitochondria DNA in your body links back to the very first, go back to me. It links back to the first woman on this planet. You gotta get rid of that story of Adam and Eve in your damn head. And if there's anything close to truth to that, that was over there in Eden. The dark mother was in Peru, which was South Africa. When the continents drifted, where the primordial mothers had originated, stayed over in Peru. South Africa was a part of Peru when it was Pangea. The cradle of civilization is in Peru, not Africa. That's why you got crocodiles in Peru. It is South Africa. South Africa drifted away from Peru. Look it up. Anyway, this dark substance, imagine so-called black people, right? Now, in their DNA, their mitochondrial DNA, imagine them in each one of their cells, in each one of the mitochondria. Now, you have a cell, and then you have a core to the cell. In that core, you have the regular DNA. I forget what it's called. But then in the cytoplasm, around in that DNA, around that nucleus, is where your mitochondrial DNA is. This is where you get your ATP. This is where you get your energy and all kind of other stuff. The energy from your cells, it comes from your mitochondrial DNA. So that's why I say the DNA repair is going to be a whole protocol. You got to do work for your regular DNA, your mitochondrial DNA to awaken your junk DNA, the whole thing. We got work to do. We got fasting to do. We got affirmations to do. We got water programs to program us to remove the receptor blockers while it's programming these DNA. You got to connect to that magnetite crystal in you that nobody's really talking about. They talk about this magnetite crystal like they talk about junk DNA. Like it's in there, but they don't know what it's for. I'm not going to get too into that right now. We're going to talk about that later. But I'm telling y'all, go to Amazon for later. When we get into this, get magnetite crystals. Start wearing magnetite crystals. Meditating with these crystals. But anyways, okay, so just listen. So imagine the dark mother, right? Now, in her mitochondrial DNA, she like, in the nucleus of the cell, that DNA could be thousands. The mitochondria is hundreds, but it's what fuels the whole body, even the other DNA. That's just genetic material. Your energy comes from this mitochondrial DNA, which is foreign to the planet. Because when things were single celled, the mitochondria wasn't here. It appeared. It came from somewhere. Before the human, though. It came from somewhere. It started giving energy to living things. Y'all need to look into the mitochondrial DNA. This thing is a beast, right? So, now you got thousands of mitochondrials in your cytoplasm, right? Now imagine those cytoplasms, each of those mitochondrials being speckled with 50, there's hundreds of them in there, with like 50 black spots each. Now, take that from one cell to every cell and imagine that's what the black woman body looked like. This dark matter that's in her. It's called the dark mother. She's speckled with the dark mother. Caucasians are lightly speckled with the dark mother. There are some Caucasians on the planet that's completely blonde. They almost like white. They don't have dark mother in them. They don't have it. It's nothing they can do. I don't know where they come from, what star constellation they come from, who they are, but they can't awaken the dark mother in them because it's not there. This dark mother, this dark matter, this source in you, is the power in you. It's consciousness. Let me tell y'all something. Consciousness has weight to it, and it's in your DNA. This is not going to come from scientists. Listen to me. Consciousness is speckled throughout your mitochondrial DNA. It's called dark mother. They showed me this. It's called the dark mother. And you have to connect to it and awaken the dark mother in your DNA. Even the dark mothers has to awaken it. Now, why should you buy land? Because there's rituals and there's things we need to do again. We got to get away from the cities. Even if you so choose to stay in the city, you might need to partner up with people who bought land. Support people who bought land. I'm not saying like myself, because I got 30 acres. I want my tribe. I'm building my tribe. I want 20 women in one area. There's certain things we're doing. So I'm not including myself, but including myself. But y'all need to buy land with each other. Even if it's a place that you go to do your rituals. The rituals are coming back out. You need a place to do these rituals. You need a place that's where you're not distracted by the world, by your men. You feel me? Your daughters need to be on sacred land. Your daughters need to be on remote land. Your daughters need to be barefoot on the soil. So you can remember and go wake up your people. But she has to have her house built first. The queen bee has to have her house built again, so that she can have a house for others to come to. What we need to remember is already here. The land, black woman, is waiting for you. It got you when you get there. You just take a step. You just take a step forward. nature is going to take care of the rest. It's going to open everything up to you. Your eyes will open. But you have to follow certain protocols. You have to get out of the cities. The cities, and listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm saying yesterday. Because these sinister beings are doing the work to enclose the whole thing in. Remember how I taught y'all that nature is really inside and your house is outside? Because it's outside of nature. Nature, y'all say I'm going outside. No, nature is the connection to the all. The El Kalum is connected to everything natural. It's connected to the universe itself. But then you get all these chemicals and you compile them together and you compose them in different structures and you call that a house. Now, what you built was something, once you walk through it, you built something that's outside of nature. Nature is the true inside. Now, what they want to do is create the whole earth now to be outside. They want to create the whole earth to be outside of nature. That's why they're putting the satellites up and they're going to surround the whole earth. Bill Gates releasing the mosquitoes and taking care of all the food. They just passed the thing for 15 of these jets about to go in the sky daily to block out our sun to cool the earth by 3.2 degrees. Which the scientist says to cool the entire earth by 3.2 degrees is a disaster. They're going to create a disaster, but they're doing it anyway under the auspices of that little midget, that little fake ass philanthropist. You got some very, very sinister beings with some sinister plans. I hate to even have to mention their plans, but I need to give you, to show you why you don't have time to bullshit. Why you have to follow the instructions now. Why you have to get out of the cities. God damn it. Why you have to go in nature. If you don't have, listen, if you don't have money to buy land, then go spend some time. And I don't mean like your local park where all the cars at, and the niggas and the music, and the hot girls, and the dudes playing basketball and working out. No, I mean go to the forest. Go to that place you are afraid of, because that is you. That is your reflection. You are afraid to look at yourself, just like you're afraid to look at that afro called tree up in that forest. Grows just like your hair, just like the same color as your skin. And you are afraid to be a wild woman. You are afraid to walk into that forest because you might see a bear, because you might see a mountain lion. But do you know why the bears and the mountain lions are attacking everybody? It's because the black woman will not connect with the planet again and control their asses. We controlled the bears in the wolf. We walked with wolves. Let me tell you something. When I first moved to my land, this land that I'm a caregiver of, I'm sleeping in the RV one night. When I tell y'all I had this feeling, like I just now had that feeling, like to move out this spot and ran right into my niece. I had this feeling. I woke up and looked out the window. It was a full moon. It was a full moon and a full giant wolf outside my RV. It was like, it was something, what's those things back in the day we used to, werewolf. It looked like a werewolf. It was up on his legs, like looked super long. His hair was raggedy. His teeth was showing. He was almost walking like in an arch and walking past the RV window. Like he waited for me to wake up, was looking at the window already. So when I opened the window, it was just there walking real slow, walking past me. I'm like, holy but Jesus, Batman. Pow, pow. You like that one, didn't you? What was the part? Pow, pow part? No, listen, y'all. I'm like, oh shit, look at this thing. I'm like, nah. See, my girl I was with at the time, I'm like, listen, we gotta mark this place, because I've learned from my primordial lineage that our life orders which is menstrual, whoever don't know that, our life orders is what we use as in tribes to mark the territories. Like, if, let's say a man gave his blood to mark a territory, how would he have to do it? It would be sacrificial blood. He would have to cut himself. And that blood, you take it and you surround the thing with it. All the wolves are coming, because when they smell that blood, it means weakness. Somebody's sick or dying or hurt, and they coming as predators. When you take life waters and you mark the territory, it means God is here. I mark every time I'm out there in the field. When I come off this trip, I'm moving out on the land. First thing we do, the area that I'm living in, I mark with my life orders, and the predators go away. I saw that wolf. That might have been one of those fantasy things though, because I done seen a whole lot of mystical animals on this land. But I also would see the footprints of a cougar. What's it called? Mountain lion. Mountain lions be out there. Once I marked my territory, they never came back. Literally, we took our life waters, we put it in gallon jugs, we diluted it so it stretched, mixed it with water. All right, get them in the house. Just get that in the freezer. Leave. Let me see. The key just fell. The key just fell.
Oh.
You and your chemicals. Strong. Hold on. Alright, so I don't know where I was at, y'all. Yeah, these creatures, right? They respect the smell of life waters. We added it to gallon water, diluted it, and just pour it all around where we at, and the animals don't come. Like predators don't come. All I can say is try it. You'll see. It make your flowers grow and all kind of stuff. So that freaks some people out. But of course, because y'all so stuck in this world, you don't know what your world is no more. You know what I mean? You are afraid of yourself. The forests. Yeah, I mix life waters with water, and I feed it to my tree. I feed it to my garden. It's pure nitrogen. And somebody be like, "Oh my God, you feed your life waters to the garden? Do you feed what y'all call that? Blood meal?" So you'd rather kill something and sacrifice something, because that's where blood meal come from. All of that blood and stuff on the floor of those factories where they taking out them animals that y'all eat. They collect all that blood and they dry it out, and then they powder it. After it dry, they powder it, and they give it to you to give to your plants. So that's better to give it the plants, give it the blood of something that died horribly, or an offering that you get free every month. In your mind, it just don't make sense. But the womb man, she's God. She makes the plants grow. Y'all just don't get it. It's stem cells in there. Right now, women can save the planet. The most important, the most powerful medicine on this natural medicine on the planet right now is the pine tree. And they have created a virus. I can't get the blur out of this. A virus specifically for the pine tree. But the pine tree can be saved. This tree, this pine tree right here, is the same. That pine tree. Where is it? That is the same. Around the same age as my pine tree. I give my life orders to my pine tree. Every time I do, every month, sap pours out. Like, you can't see it. You see that right there where the arm was cut at? You see that? That white part, that's white, because sap pour out of that every month. What is sap? Sap is her protection. That's her lifeblood. The stem cells in my blood heals her and make her produce more of her lifeblood that protects her. But then y'all say that's gross. But it makes more sense to you to gather your blood for them. You put it in the sewer system, and they go in the sewer system and collect it. Look it up. They are using your menstrual blood, your placenta. But when I tell you to use it, oh, but I know why you say it's disgusting. Because they taught you that in the Bible. God said that, right? That it was disgusting, that a woman on her menstrual is unclean. Is that the same unclean blood that your Jesus came through without the help of a man? It was never the blood of the father, it's the blood of the mother, because it makes the planet grow. The blood of the father is sacrificial. Ain't got nothing to do with us. The blood of the black man, the blood of the black woman is the blood of God. She holds the God body. And what makes her hold the God body, because only person that can contend with her is her son. Because she has everything that she has, he has, except all his parts not working. He got nipples, but he ain't got breasts, which means he can't give life. But it show you that he from her and not her from him, because he got titties, but they broke. If that's not the mark of the mother, then what the hell you got titties for? Oh, I got them from you? No, because I promise you, if you get cancer in your chest, man, it's still called breast cancer, because you have mammary glands, but they don't work in your titties. He has a phallus. She has a clitoris. Same thing. Clitoris, a phallus is elongated clitoris, because all little boys were first little girls. Because all the eggs in a mother is X and X. All the eggs are X and X. All little boys were first little girls. And she either stayed whole or she broke her X into a Y. What is a Y but a broken X? Was broken off the X but the womb. Man. Y'all do what y'all want to do with that. So her body, everything he has on his body, she has. Plus, her mammary glands work, and then she has a womb. She has the portal. She has the celestial link. If beings need to get here, they got to come through our Stargate. Then you can say, well, all women got that. That's why all women are the gods of their race. Why am I the god of the planet, though? Because I am the dark mother. See? Because I process light codes. Because on the largest organ of my body is covered with melanin. Y'all gotta see it in the lab how melanin works. That's the dark mother. It bleeds out like got a bunch of little holes, like when the sun is hitting it and you're tanning. Look that up. How it looks like when you're getting a tan. What is actually happening. How it's bleeding out. It's a beautiful thing. In your DNA is the dark mother. The dark mother is what? The dark mother is a substance. The substance is consciousness. Consciousness is a thing. Source is a thing. It's not a no thing. It's a something. Source is a consciousness. I've seen it. I spoke to it or her or them, they, it. It's a darkness, but it's alive. It's a presence that'll make you fall to your knees. It's a presence, but it's a thing. And it's speckled throughout the dark mother. The dark mother has speckled it throughout her children. The dark mother, the Caucasians are our children. Like you have all these people that talk against Caucasians, but you'll listen what you say. You'll teach that in the Bible, Caucasians came from your sin. Or some of you say it was grafted by Yaqub and all this shit. From your sin, because you'll take the book of whatever it is with Moses, and that the people wouldn't stop the sin. And when they didn't stop their sin, they put their hand in. Moses said, the people don't stop the sin. They say Moses put his hand into his bosom. That mean his shirt. When he took his hands out his bosom, his hand was white as snow. And he said, this is the color that the people will turn. If the sins don't stop, then the sins didn't stop. Then the people start getting speckled with the white color. Then they was called lepers. Then they went over to the Caucasus Mountains over there in Brittany. The Caucasus Mountains, hence they're called Caucasians. We could just go through the whole shit. They supposed to have been fucking mountain lions and all kind of dogs up in the caves. That's why they get lice. Like the lice and the flea is the same thing. The whole thing. I came out of that school of thought. But let's say all of that's real. Let's say every line of that is real. Whose fault is it? You didn't stop your sin. So how you blaming them when you created them? They're so sinister. And they went up in those mountains and they mastered weaponry and they turned around and turned it on you. They should have. Because if you didn't stop sin, that meant you were going against your God. So what you created came and whooped your ass and put you in slavery and all kind of shit because of what you did. That's what that sounds like to me. See, I came out of that school where you told me that white people beat us, and I got angry. I went and whooped ass. Listen, I'm not making that up. Y'all don't want to know some of the shit I did to white people. Because I believe my people. I saw Mississippi burning. That's the one that set me off. I saw Mississippi burning. I put on all black and I went downtown and whooped some ass for weeks. We was doing some foul shit. We was that rebel ass knockoff Black Panthers. We was out there doing damage. But then I learned. And then I watched some more. And then I learned some more. And then I watched Caucasians and I watched my people. And I'm like, damn. That looked like a black man on the corner selling that to his people. That looked like a black woman sitting there twerking in front of her kids and freaking off and teaching that girl to be a gold digger. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So I had to learn where I was wrong at. So I had to re-look at the stories and be like, well, damn, they was my creation. And if that's the case, should not in turn turn around and love them opposed to hating them. Love them to the truth. I mean, that's just my philosophy. Y'all do what you will. Y'all be prejudiced all you want. This shit about to fall because of all this hate. We hating the wrong shit. Some people are just truly fucked. Some white people are just fucked up and fucked them. But so are some black people. So are some black people. I was in the hood. I saw what people did to people. I see the jealousy our women have for each other. I've seen some things that I can't name on here that's so gruesome that our people did to each other. I know a story of this one guy sat down with this other guy. The guy was eating steak. The one guy came to him. I don't want to tell the full story. Just go with me here. He sat down with him and said, he took his steak from him and started eating it. Then he started asking the guy some questions. After he finished the steak, him and two other guys took the guy in the basement, sodomized him. That was all black people. That's what we need to be worried about. We need to worry about turning ourselves around. Because we so busy pointing the finger at what the Chinese, the Russian, the white, somebody else did to us, that we forgot that we're all fucked up. We forgot to make our corrections. What are we adding to the universe? What love are we putting out? What damage do we need to heal in ourselves? If all that happened to us, if we had 14 generations in our DNA, as Billy Carson says, if we got slavery in our DNA, shouldn't that be what we worried about right now? Not who did it. But so let your light shine as others may see it. Others may see it and praise your Father in heaven. Remember that? The praise source. We got other things to worry about. If that's true, all that they did, they're going to get theirs. But everybody didn't do that to us. Like I said, the more I looked into it, I saw Caucasians that was using their house as a part of the Underground Railroad because they didn't agree with what their brothers was doing. They didn't want to interfere, get their head blown off, but they sacrificed themselves. They ran the Underground Railroad, so we hate them too. And if so, why did we use their house then and let them help us on the Underground Railroad? We was good enough to see that good heart for right then when we needed those people, but then when it was over, all white people bad. No, I remember the ones who helped my people. Those are the ones I'm looking for. I'm looking for them and their children, not the ones that fucked up. Because I'm not looking for the black people that's fuck ups. I'm looking for the black people that's about the people. You see? So I don't care what your race is, what your color is, what's your creed or your deed. I care about your heart. And if you got that in your blood, and your ancestry, and your ancestors were slave drivers, then you could, I truly believe, why we black people, why do we say like, we're going to heal our ancestors? Why this white person with a good heart can't do the same? What if they're the actual direct descendant of Willie Lynch? But they got a good heart. So can they not do what we do? Can they not, through them, heal their ancestors? Make corrections for their ancestors? That's what y'all say we can do. It's one-sided. It's one-sided on both sides. It's just one-sided. Listen, I don't got those kind of prejudices. As long as a person know who I am and they accept the truth. The black woman is God. Period. That's facts. And that's what all of us need to worry about right now. Getting her back aligned to her planet so that y'all can see real magic. You want to see real magic? Wake the black woman up. This is her planet. Right now, I can tell anything that's going on. I'm telling you, let me show you something. And for some reason, I don't know if this applies to all women. And this may, y'all let me know. It definitely applies to black women. And I haven't seen it apply to our sons, though. But with the women, so it might be all women. Let me know. Whatever's going on with my body, my grounds will produce the herb that I need. I didn't get it. If you got dandelion root growing up around your house that you gotta cut down and weed away, that's right. That you gotta keep weed whacking and stuff. That's because something wrong with your kidneys. I'm telling you. You got milk thistle growing up. Check out your liver. Do you drink a lot of liquor? Or you probably got something going on with your liver. Your kidneys trying to filter out too much poison in your body. Like you got random, oh wow, you know what, a yellow a rose just grew. Look it up, the medicine. And the most powerful medicine out there is the one with thorns on it. That's why it got thorns to protect it. Because it's so precious. That's nature's way of protecting it. And I learned this because when I always see these like different weeds that'll grow up, but it made me think back that'll grow up where I lived at. But this made me think back to it because when I moved in at this ranch right here, what is that? What is that? When I moved right here to this ranch, right? All of a sudden, milk thistle started growing up in the yard. Just milk thistle. And I didn't know what it was. I cracked it and the milk came out of it. It was sticky on the side like thorns. And my neighbor next door is an herbologist. So I didn't even know that. I was talking to him about it, and that's how I found out he was an herbologist. And he said, that's milk thistle. I said, what it's for? And he started telling me. So then I just started researching the milk thistle. And I was drinking beer a lot during that time. So, and I would have these little sharp pains in my kidneys and in my liver. Your liver's on the front, like under here. And I would have these pains. And that's when I started realizing that I needed a liver flush. I was told I needed a liver flush, and I was like, the milk thistle in my yard is for liver. Then I started growing wild lettuce. Wild lettuce don't grow. Didn't grow at my house. I started growing wild lettuce. Right? Listen, the wild lettuce it's like a morphine. It's a natural morphine. It's for pain. Remember, I told you, my 51, I'm 54 now. I just turned 54. At my 51, all of my joints started hurting. Every joint in my body. When that started, wild lettuce started growing all around my front and back doors. I didn't know what that was. So I got the app called Plant Snap, that app, to see what this is about. And it was for pain. Mind you, all my joints was hurting. So it still happens now. This happens around women. I don't know if it's all women though. So I need other races of women to tell me, do you recognize that too? Is that all women? But like my dad's house, it's weird. I listen to this. See, because weed, they say, is foreign to the planet. That's why earthlings and non-earthlings fight. So that's why weed will fight your plants, because the weed came with us. The non-earthlings. It's foreign to the planet. But all your weeds are called herbs. Look on the back of the ortho bottle. Everything on there is a herb. It say chickweed, dandelion root. Everything on the back of the ortho, your weed killer is you killing herbs in your front yard. They knew that nature was responding to us, that whatever we needed, nature was providing it. They knew that they wanted to govern all the pharmaceuticals. They wanted to govern all pharmacy, the magic, the bullshit, all this poison and toxins that they call medicine. But they knew us, nature, would rise around us and give us what they need. So they called them weeds, taught you to call your medicine weeds. Listen, some of you right now will go and buy dandelion root tea, but kill the fresh dandelion in the front yard. You will go get the processed one, but the dandelion that grew for you, that you already told you what you needed. All you had to do was look outside at the ground, woman. So they was like, no, they didn't want you to catch on to that. So they made you call it weed. and they gave you a bottle, but now y'all trying to sue them for all the poison that it caused you and leaked into you this and leaked into you that, when all you had to do was go pluck your medicine out the ground. I'll show you. Can you see this right here? These stalks? See that? Milk thistle. That's milk thistle right there. Listen, the neighbors want to know why. When I started doing my cleansing, right? Like I would cleanse myself, like I would do my pullers I tell y'all to do. I would do it for like 3 days out of the month, and I thought I was doing something. No, I needed way more pullers than that. I needed to cleanse my gut out. Like now that I'm doing pullers just every day, I'm intermittent fasting, right? Remember I was like, y'all, I just can't. I like really don't eat, but I can't get the weight off. My stomach, my stomach's still fat, but it's like soft. Like my stomach was like hard. And I've been fasting for months, but it was just like hard. It wouldn't break. When I start taking the pullers every day, it broke. Like my stomach is soft. I don't know. It looked like cholesterol come out in the toilet. TMI, sorry. But I started growing this plant around the house. It's this little plant. I didn't know what it was, but it's growing everywhere. It covers my whole, if I don't cut it, it'll cover the whole backyard. It's a vine. So I asked my neighbor, I don't know what that is. It don't grow over here. Nobody around me has this. I took it. It got like a little thing that come with grow on it. Looked like a little cheese wheel, right? And then it got like kind of a heart-shaped leaf. So I took it to a Walmart and I was asking the cowboys and stuff in there, like, y'all know what this is? And one lady, that's mallow. What is it? I don't know, but I know it's called mallow. That thing, man, we got it 1 year, couldn't get rid of that thing. I looked it up. Not only is it a wild edible, so I eat it out my yard, over in my garden area, not the yard where the dogs run at, but I got another one that's fenced in, and the whole thing will grow mallow. It got that mucilage properties to it, like a slippery elm. It was trying to tell me to clean my gut. For the last 4 years, the thing has been growing. And I'm saying, like, I'm having problems, like, getting this weight off my kid. I have to clean my gut, like, differently. Them 3 days of pullers wasn't enough. Right now, I'm on a month of pullers. Like, I do it every day, maybe stop 3 days. But just pulling, like, the stuff that is pulling out me, the toxins that it's just been pulling out my body. But the plant had already came to tell me that. Are y'all still with me, or I'm just talking? The plants had already told me. Nature already got us, but we won't listen. My point to all that is like how we are afraid of the self, black woman. You are afraid, but you got to go home. You got to go home to wake up. You got to go home to the forest and stare at your reflection. Because the same way you look at that forest is how you look at yourself in the mirror. You're afraid of that tree the way you're afraid of your natural hair. It grows just like your hair. Only you. The tree grow like your hair, black woman, up. Is that not an afro? I can't make it smaller. Hold on. Is that not locks? If you don't force your locks down, black woman, and you don't force the twist, and them, they'll get heavy. But they'll look at my roots. Like I don't force my hair to lock. I let it do what it want to do. I don't twist what y'all call groom. I don't twist my home tree. See how all of these locks are just joining up? I let them do them. Is that not nature though? Are you not the color of the tree bark? Me and that tree bark the same color. The forest is reflecting me, and I'm scared to go in it. I'm more comfortable in the streets where the wild animals truly are, where the wild animals are shooting up, north on buses and in the streets, halfway hold themselves up. Wake up and shank somebody. Wake up and bang somebody. The wild animals out there passing different drugs to their own people. The wild animals sitting there smoking it. The wild animals sitting there in their houses with fake everything on, thinking they're human. Fighting their neighbor, cussing out their mothers. You'd be better off in the jungle. Because the mountain lion don't want no trouble. You could blow a whistle and get rid of it. Get a bow and arrow and shoot his ass or something. But you will definitely see him less than you will the wild niggas. But you're not scared of that. You go to the club with that. You go dance with that wild animal. You go out and eat. You go and skate. You take your children to functions. You want to see a wild animal gathering? That's called the family reunion. But I'm serious though. You feel what I'm saying? The things that happen, and I'm so drunk, but you're scared to go sit with the tree, and it's just birds and maybe some deer. Predators don't even come out like that. Predators, and if you learn nature, you wouldn't be so afraid of it. You know, predators normally come out at night. They gotta be really desperate to come out in the day. But most of your predators are nocturnal. That's when you should be asleep. If you're on your circadian rhythm, then you should be resting somewhere in your protected area. You should know how to mark your territory with your life borders to deter them. You should know how to feed the forest. You should know how to feed those animals. Where they'll go to where you set up areas for them to go. You have dominion. But no, we are afraid. We're so afraid to go home. But it's time to go home. It's like it's now, like it's right now. It's time to go face your reflection. It's time to look yourself in the mirror and snatch that shit off. It's time to know what your scalp look like and allow your scalp to breathe. Allow your being to breathe. Your crowns are covered with glue. From the crown to the root. Your root got all these sprays on it and tampons in it. From your crown to the root, you just compacted with a bunch of shit. You don't know what freedom is. You don't know what it truly is. To be free. You know, like, I listen to people talk. I'm about to go, y'all. I'm about to go. People talk about freedom. People talk about freedom. You know, they'll say they got freedom because they can live in camper vans and, you know, I can get in my teardrop. Oh, I'm going to give y'all a tour of my teardrop soon before I get on the road to show y'all how I'm living. They living in RVs and, you know, all these different recreational vehicles and stuff. And they ain't got to pay rent. That's freedom. It's a sense of freedom. It's more free than most. It's a sense of freedom. You'll be out of that rent, but you still got to pay that car note or that insurance, or they take it from you. You still got to pay gas, so you ain't going nowhere. It's a sense of freedom. It's just you just more. You can live not even where you want, but you can just live in more places than most. That's not necessarily freedom to me. Freedom is In a world, being in a world that's hellbound. I could breathe fresh air. I could drink clean water. I could face myself. I could be myself and face my reflection. I don't have to have on a mask, on my face, on my hair, on my nails. I can appreciate the beauty of the natural me and don't give a shit what somebody else think of it. I do not care if you don't like this hair. I don't care if you don't like home tree. I'm free. If I got to perish in this, I'm a perish in freedom. And freedom is the ability to be myself. It's to be here in poison, but don't intake it. To be careful with my choices. To find in hell, to find clean food. In hell, to grow my own. In hell, to know that I don't need fertilizer with poison, but I could give it my life water and watch my shit grow bigger than everybody else's in the neighborhood. Hey, Keffa, bring me the Febreze. I gotta get that smell out the car. She sprayed something. I don't like synthetic anything, and that smells. It's like a chemical on that seat. Just bring me the Febreze real quick so I can spray this seat. You have to open your eyes, black woman. The world needs you right now. Just start thinking about it. Go camping. And try to leave the ruckus at home when you go. Try to leave city shit in the city. Go minimal. Not too much music. Go with some natural drums playing or natural instruments and flutes. Like, go and commune. Like, don't come bring ruckus to the jungle. If you don't know how to go to the woods, hit me up. It's a certain level of respect you should have. You know, like black people or anybody, hillbilly shit, or go to the woods and just start shooting everything up and killing deer. And, you know, black people go with the music and scare everything away with the bass and the noise. Most of us, we are afraid of the jungle like we're afraid of the mirror. We don't know how to be ourselves. We are afraid to look at ourselves. We are afraid of quiet. Put your phone down right now. Cut it off for the next 12 hours. No electronics at all for the next 12 hours. Most people today don't know what to do with themselves in a space like that. Because you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know how to be with you. Because that's what happens when you're in the quiet. You're left with yourself, and you are afraid of yourself like you are afraid of the mirror, like you are afraid of the reflection called forest. All of that out there is you. Or all of that in there is you. Because that's truly inside, you see? But it's time to make the connection. I did a video the other day of our AM routine and how we make the connection. Kef, you hear? How we stretch out and then do a little exercise and then go into grounding, connecting, gratitude and affirmation every AM, or most AMs anyway. Do that a couple times a week. Start there. Start making some day trips. You know what? I'm going to the forest. I'm going on a hike. Go on a hike with other people hiking, so you know you're not the only one out there. Get some good comfortable shoes. Something to drink. No phones. Have it, but don't have nothing on. And just go take a nature walk. 3 times a week. Start there. Go outside. Go inside. Yeah, that's strong in here. Did you leave any of that the hand sanitizer thing you had in here? Pack or anything?
Oh, no.
I appreciate it. So I gotta go. I know I'm talking your heads off. That's what happened when I'm gone for a long time. But I'll see y'all soon. For those of y'all that's new, his laustatus means I love you. Tata Zohi means be light. Tata Zohi, y'all. Black woman go home.